Good day. Hello, everyone. What's happening? Today is October, Sunday the 28th or 23rd, maybe. I think it's October 23rd. But I'm happy to be here. It doesn't really matter. That's not really. I'm posting these videos, so uh, there is just like a time lapse going on here. I'm making videos and I'm posting videos, but I have a lot of videos already made, so I'm posting them as I go. But it seems like it's kind of outdated, because I'm talking here in October, but you probably won't even see this video until November, maybe December. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. The message is still the same. What I'm talking about today is going to hold true tomorrow. It would hold true yesterday. And it's just, it doesn't have anything to do with like a current event of sorts, and it's about being an Americanteer. It's about growing and moving forward. So it's a timeless message in a sense, and that's the way I see it as. It's just timeless. Um, let's friendships. Let's talk about friends or friendships. Um, and how, if you're like me, if you're in my position and you're walking that path of keeping your side of the road clean, and being creative, being innovative, being original, moving forward, you're just going to lose friends. I just keep, I just lose friends. I mean, they just don't want to hear it. They don't want to hang out with me. I remind them of something that's not true in my heart and in my mind. I don't think it's true, but I think they are so already caught up in a self-assessment that it doesn't really matter what I say. The fact that I'm just happy and I'm moving forward already irks them enough to not want to be my friend. In fact, it could flip side on me where they just want to hurt me. They want to, like slow me down or pull me down. It just kind of flips into this whole other scenario that I always get bummed out about because I'm not like about that. So I don't know where it's coming. I know it's coming from the person, but I'm always asking like myself, like, why? Why would you want to hurt someone that is moving forward and discovering new stuff and has a sense of purpose? If you have a friend like that, you should always encourage your friend in a most positive way to keep doing what they're doing. But that's not the real world, or at least that's not my real world. My world has always been friends. They just end up going invisible on me. They just don't. They stop talking to me, or they hurt me. They steal from me. They backstab me. They'll say things behind my back about me, and then they ghost me. And that's how I used to know when someone's really done me wrong, like a friend, is the way they just kind of poof, they're gone, and normally because they just finish doing something horrible. They just threw me under the bus. They just finished talking to someone and put me down behind my back. And then after that, they're gonna have a hard time with their consciousness just to be a fake friend. So they just don't even deal with it. They just kind of do their damage and go invisible. They go and hide out in shadows, the way I see it. It's just hide in the shadows. And it's a very evil, demonic thing, the way I see it. It's just, and so it's been like that for my whole life. I mean, I really, and I always trying to put my best foot forward and to be a good friend to people and to just engage. But the people that are my friends at the time or off and on throughout life, if we talk every week, you're not gonna like me, because you're gonna realize you haven't done anything at all, really, and then we're gonna just talk about like everything great that I've done in that 7 day period, because that's what I do. That's how I operate. So, when my friends think like, oh, he's kind of like in the same place that he was yesterday, I'm not. And they realize that. They realize that I'm not going to be in the same place. In fact, next day, 5 days later, I want to be in a completely better place and doing the right things and still moving forward. And I'm very excited and happy to do so, because it's just what I'm working with. It's me, inside me. It's in my love, my motivation, my inspiration, and I love sharing that with people in a very happy way with friends. But when I really do share, I see my friends stepping back like 2 or 3 steps, because they just can't relate to what I'm talking about. It's just a whole different level, I guess, a whole different frequency, and it makes me feel like I'm talking a foreign language. Like, what is wrong with this picture? Why can't why do I have to bring down my frequency so you can understand when you can just raise your own. Stop being so closed-minded. Stop being so like selfish and self-absorbed, and just accept the fact that people are doing great things, and you're being a real drag about it. That's because you can't accept it, and it threatens you, or you get fearful of it, or it's not. You get jealous or envious. I mean, I've had all that happen to me, and it still does. Luckily for me right now, so I'm not having to engage with a lot of people, so that all is like calmed down, because there's no way people can get to me to mess with my life. They could just vanish and ghost me or whatever, go invisible. But that's nothing new. It doesn't, not going to hurt me. It's not going to faze me. Like, oh my God. What hurts me and really freaks me out is when I'm watching other videos, so let's just say a motivational video, something like that, and the talker, I always hear people say this, like the speaker or whoever, always saying like, just hang around your positive friends, let go of the negative ones, and I'm just so like, what are you talking about? They're all negative friends, so I don't know what you mean by positive ones. There are no friends that I know that can take me on 100%. I have a couple of good friends at about a 50% margin at best. That I have to lower my whatever it is, so it's just only half of what's going on. And no one wants to hear the full picture. No one wants to catch the full vision of what I'm doing, and that's sad. And in fact, I'll talk more about this in other videos. But the one thing I do know for sure, and this is really a true thing, and I tell people this, and I've had good news for me is bad news. That's all I can really say. And whenever I have really good news to share, it's just bad news. I better not share my good news with anyone, not my friends, not my family. No one wants to hear good news. And no one's going to celebrate the good news with me either. I mean, if they do hear it, they might say, oh, okay, and not really just kind of downplay the whole thing and not say, wow, man, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that happened for you. That's good. That's not going to happen for me. No one's going to say that. And it's only because I've had so many good news events throughout my life. Articles written about me. I've been on, TV, interviewed, and I'm I have this whole portfolio of nothing but good news. All the great things that I've accomplished. And that is, you would think that would be attractive toward my friendships or building new friends. But that is not the case at all. At least for me, it's not. Maybe for other people, they're like, hey, I have good news. And everyone's like, yeah, good news. I'm happy, for you. But if I step up and say, I have good news, people are going to be like, I don't want to hear your good news. I don't want to even know your good news. And if you do share it, I don't care, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. That's, to have good news and not be able to spread good news, because of the social discrimination and adversity I have to face all the time with people. So pretty much, it comes down to like having no friends. I just, and my this road of enlightenment and my pathway, just does not include strong friendships. It includes a couple of friendships, but not strong, like really strong friendships. Like someone I could call right now, and I know they're going to answer for them. They're going to be happy, and they'll take, whether they're busy or not, a good friend will take at least 5 or 10 minutes just to talk to me a little bit, and know that we're there for each other, and it's a two-way street. So, it's not like, I'm being selfish with them, or they're going to be selfish with me. Is that we just understand that in order to build a friendship, it's going to take effort from both people. It's not just a one-way friendship building course. And I think people maybe think about that way, or they're just waiting for me to post on some social media thing. So that's their way of being a friend, just saying, hey, I saw your post, which is not, that does not hold, as far as, that does not ground me, that does not hold weight with me at all. So if you're doing great things, wonderful things, and you're moving forward in life, and you're realizing that your friends are just kind of going away, don't freak out, man. It means you're just doing the right thing. You're moving forward, and you're growing to a different level. And some of my past friends will say, you've changed, man. You just have changed. And I'm really happy to hear that. And I'm like, of course, I've changed. I've changed so many times since the last 10, 20 years. I can't even tell you how many shifts and transitions I've gone through, and transformations into change. So, and what's, but so I don't look at that as a bad thing. What I look at it as a bad thing is I, don't say this, but I look at my friend and say, well, you have not changed. You're still the same person 15 years ago as you are today. I mean, really, not much has changed about you or your life or your style, or no new stories, no new chapters. It's the same old, day in and day out, year after year after year after year. And before you know it, life is gone, because we refuse to change, and also we can't accept change from others. Like, and so it's, and rather than try to change or understand my change, they're just be like, you changed, and they try to play it off like in a bad way. And I've never been changed in a bad way. They just don't, they just can't grasp it. And to them, they can't meet me on that level anymore. And so it's a process of, like I said, it's always being, people are always just trying to tear me down, tear me down, tear me down. Here we go again. It's like it's so predictable that I just, it is so predictable and so unoriginal nowadays for me. When people do that to me or anything to me, I'm always like, man, that was predictable and that's so unoriginal. You're doing the exact same thing people were doing to me 20 years ago. It's not like a new thing, like where you're going to, hide in the shadows and kind of, steal from me or do bad things toward me. That's been going on for my whole life. So I already see it happening before it even happens. I already see you thinking about it before you even think about it. I already read, I can already see it. And my thing is that in an enlightened pathway, you just let it happen. I don't try to, I just give the person all the rope they need. Here you go. Happily give it to them. Like, take it, man. Run with it. Do what you have to do. Try to hang me with it, or, mess things up. Because eventually they will mess up. And they will try to hang me. But it won't work. And they'll end up just hanging themselves, because they submitted to evilness. And it's that thing that they just submitted themselves to comes with a price. I know people that are in it and doing it, they don't think, oh no, I'm not going to pay a price. I'm just going to mess with this person. And that's it, but man, that whole evilness has got you. You're serving something else. You're serving something else. So that, and if it doesn't work out, you think that something evilness is just going to leave you and say, oh, well, we tried, didn't work out. No way. You've already kind of accepted it. You've already acted out with it. You've, have become like friends with evil, and now, you're stuck with it, man. You're stuck with your shame. You're stuck with your guilt. And this evilness in you will never let you forget. Because now it's going to eat you up. It's because you guys couldn't, attack me. It's going to reverse and eat you up. Because it can. That's what evil does. It's going to eat your soul. Because, and your secrets. Because you just acted out in such a horrible way, and it could be little things, that you've done to me, and but that, just gonna blow up on you, man. It's just gonna blow up, So that's my best example of friends, and I'm always trying to build new friendships. I love meeting new people. I wouldn't mind building that friendship where, when they tell me, like, hang out with your positive friends, which I don't have positive friends. I wish I had positive friends. I have some friends, but they're not like what they're saying to do. So when people say that, they don't know what they're talking about. They're not wearing my shoes. They think that all of us have like groups, like, oh, I got 20 friends over there, or another 30 over there, another 10 and 5 friends over here, and the positive ones are over here, and it's like it's something that we just do, or I can just do, that request is so, like, beyond me. It's like, what are you talking about? I have to go to therapy just to learn how to build friendships. And I do a really good job at building friendships. It's that the friendships I build, they don't really stay my friends at a certain point in time. They just cannot take it, and I don't see cannot take it because I'm too self-absorbed, I'm too narcissistic, or I'm too like self-centered. It's by no means of nothing like that. Yeah, I don't treat people like that at all. So it's just something I realize, and I can hear the brain playing out their internal battle with themselves and being hardwired into thinking like no one can be happy, or thinking like I can be happy, but no one else can be happy. And so it's a really awkward situation in society. And I don't know if a lot of people go through this or not. Seems like most people don't. Like they all just operate on that same lower. And when I pop up, they don't want me to be a part of their frequency, of where they're at, because they know I'm somewhere else and coming from somewhere else. And no one wants to talk. Nobody wants to hear it. Even though I don't talk about anything or anything weird or funky or different, it's just the fact that I'm already different, and that's enough. Just one look at me and they're just like, no, 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 no. They don't even know me yet. They don't even know my name, and they're just like, no. And that's unfortunate because they're missing out on something good, and submitting to something evil because of that. And so friendships, friends and friendships, it's I want you to have a bunch of friends, and it's just so cool and fun, because I'd gone through phases where I had good amounts of friends and things were going great. So it's the best feeling ever to have that much opportunity around me. So, if you do have friends, hold on to them, cherish them, always be honest with them. Don't just try to play that low-level game. If that's what you're doing, just stop doing it and start to level up higher and see if your friends can level up with you. That's true friendship. Or have good news and your friends celebrate your good news with you. That's a good friendship. But I find that to be tough. But it could be easy. I know it's easier for others. It's just not, has never, never, never have been easy for me. I have good news, and people become jealous. They become envious. They, want to they feel like I'm a threat. They don't understand why I am so acknowledged and they are not acknowledged. Especially like narcissistic friends. It boggles their brain, because they're like, it should be about me, 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 me. And why is it about you? And it's because, I'll tell you why. Because I earned it. I've paid the price. I deserve it. It's not like a random thing where people say, hey, let's just call this guy Michael Tomlinson and give him good news. No, 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 no. The reason I get good news from folks or people or doing things I acknowledge is because I have worked my ass off. And people just don't see that. And people don't even understand that. All they see is the good news. They don't see the thousands of hours of effort that I put into something to actually get to that good news part. And nor do they care about it. They don't even hear about that part. They just know that, they can't even factor in the fact that I've earned it or deserve it. All they're saying to themselves, like, how come you and not me? They can't even say, like, wow, you've really worked hard and you deserve this. And I'm like, hell yeah, I do, and I did, or whatever. It doesn't go that direction at all. It's just a matter of, how come it's you and not me? And so that becomes their issue. It's their side of the road. I just keep my side of the sidewalk clean and move forward. and understand that good news is bad news. For me, when it comes to friends or family or significant others, if they just it's just an issue. It always has been an issue. So it's not like a new discovery for me. Like, oh no, it's been going on for my whole life. So I'm not. I'm just kind of talking about it now, with you, because you got to understand that if you're in the same place that I am at, you're not alone. You are not alone. You're higher, frequency and vibration. I'm with you. I know what you're talking about. I'm enlightened like you. I can understand it. I can grasp it. I won't feel threatened at all. I don't, it's not any good news anybody can give me that make me feel like, oh, I'm so jealous. I mean, you could give $1 million tomorrow, and I'm not going to feel any less or better toward you than I do today. It's like, I'm just going to be like, wow, that's great. $1 million. I wish that would happen to me, but, I already know that's not going to happen for me. That's like really, 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 really good news. So anyways, I'll keep talking about it. We'll keep working on that. Just friendships are important. Building friendships is important. Maintaining friendships is just as important. And unfortunately, with me in my life, I don't have none of that kind of stuff going on. I've been completely shoved aside, isolated, and invisible to as many people that can hurt me as possible. Besides, there's, maybe I have 2 or 3 folks that I would consider to be friends. And I know that they consider me to be a friend. So, I know we're friends. We're friends. And that's about it. We're just friends. And I want to, and they know that I try to raise them to the right level, but I also know they're not going to go there. And so I have to keep just lowering my own standard, like keep quiet in a lot of ways. People just don't want to hear everything that I need to talk about or I want to talk about. So that's my reality as an Americanteer and being an unusual, different, unique, individual person. And so that is just the price I pay for my calling, for me doing what I'm doing. And I'm okay with that. I'm honored and happy and excited to be here and to do this and to talk about friendships. It's about time we talked about this, and start to work our way into the factor of love and caring and participating in people's lives in a positive way, not in a negative way. Well, anyways, thank you for your time. Have an excellent day. Peace, love, and we'll talk later. Okay?